Hey y'all, welcome back to Sidewynders Shed. I'm actually out in the shed. I'm gonna try doing a live stream out here with this new Wi-Fi and everything I have set up, and see how it does. Because after all, the name of my channel is Sidewynders Shed, not Sidewynders Back Porch. So we'll see how this does. And so far, I don't know. Kind of looks like I'm already having some trouble. Hmm. Alrighty. Yeah. Whoever just showed up. There we go. I got my signal back. Um. Yeah. Whoever's here. Guys. Let me know how this thing is doing in the comments. Let me know if I'm fading out, coming in, freezing up. Matter of fact. I hate to do it because it's getting chilly out, but I noticed with the phones, if I open the door, uh, the signal comes in. Like I said, inadvertently, when I remodeled the shed. Hey, Eric, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Philip, glad to see you all back. I know, Eric, I missed you earlier. You were a little bit later, but like I said, I'm trying this to see what kind of signal I'm getting out here in the shed. Uh, when I redid the shed inside, I like I said, I inadvertently kind of made a Faraday cage, so it's hard to get a signal out here. So I'm hoping I'm still on. I'm hoping you guys can see me. I'm hoping I didn't freeze up. Because everything here seems to be. It's hard for me to tell. It's hard for me to tell. All right, Philip. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad it's working. It seems to be going good. Like I said, again, I got the door open. I got the. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, I got the wood stove going. I had the door shut, and I turned the wood stove down a little bit because with the door shut, it was pretty friggin' warm in here. And there's not much I can do about the lights, guys. I'm sorry. Oop, let's go the other way. Um, but anyway, I think if you all give me a second, I'm gonna turn the heat up on the wood stove here for a minute because with the door open, it's starting to get a little chilly, and I'm sitting right by the door. I'll be right back with you. Yeah, there's the fire going. There we go. Yeah, I know. I just lost y'all real quick here, but oh, Philip, you had to turn your AC on. I got you because you're you're still working on the Pontiac. Damn, damn. All right, and 82 degrees. Yeah, it's dropped back down to but but compared to the shed, which is about 80 degrees, that cold air coming through, I can feel it. I can feel it because, like I said, the shed was really warm. There's about a 30-degree difference between the shed and outside. 12 degrees Celsius where you're at, Eric. That's okay. I have no idea what Fahrenheit that is. I really don't. I'm sorry, buddy. But I know it's not that cold. I know that much. I know that much. It's got to be. So what is that in the 70s Fahrenheit or something like that? I have no idea. I have no idea, my friend. I'm sorry. I'm an ignorant American. I uh, I don't know much on the metric scale. A few things, but not enough to keep it on the top of my head. The conversion, you know. But not to worry. The younger generation, they're learning all the metrics and everything. And if you ever Google or even on YouTube, check out why the United States never really fully converted to the metric system. It's a pretty interesting story, and it's nowadays listening to a story and the reason why you just bang your head because it sounds by today's standards it sounds really stupid why we did not go into the metric system. And basically I believe it's either due to a storm or due to pirates or a combination of two. And back in the day, because the metric system's been around since the 1800s at least. Like I said, I'm pulling this off the top of my head right now. And to keep everything accurate, they had a set of weights and a set of measurements, and they were the standard. Okay. And each country had this one, and they were physical things. And that's what you used to set your standard weight and check all your weights and everything. And it was physically done. Um, and they got lost on the way across the pond. Yeah, like I said, I don't remember if it was a storm or if it was pirates or whatever it was. But the originals, the scales, the actual things that you use to set your standards by, never made it to America. And then I believe it was the French Revolution was going on at the time or something like that, some big war. So we never got a chance to get them again. And I don't think we were on good terms with the British at the time either, or they were fighting the French at the time. I don't remember. There was something else going on. But I did find it kind of interesting that, yeah, the reason why America never converted to the metric system when the rest of the world was doing it at the time, rest of the civilized, uh, first world countries and everything were all doing it, is simply because the pieces that we needed to set our scales by never arrived. And the other thing a lot of people don't know either is that even with those physical um, original pieces, that you set everything by, they actually changed them years later, decades later. Especially the meter. The meter has been changed. It hasn't always been the same size. It was changed not by a whole lot, but it was changed when the um, the size of the Earth Why does not YouTube want me to tell you about the meter being changed? I think this is a conspiracy. Mm. Yeah, I was cutting out. Oh, this is a pain in the butt. I'm going to have to figure something out. Well, guys, I'm going to try and keep you with me, but I am going to move back into the porch where I know the signal is good. And hopefully I can take you all with me without dropping you. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully I won't trip over a cord or do something stupid. But yeah, we'll walk out of the shed. And yeah, there's my poor old shed. If y'all can, if I'm still transmitting here, it's hard to figure out how this camera works. There's the outside of the shed anyway. And here's the outside of my back porch, and all that shiplap that you see. That's all reclaimed wood. That's all scrap. That was all free. You know, you work with what you have, and when you don't have much, you do the best you can anyway. But all right, let me plug everything back in, because again, this is a very old laptop, and the battery only works for about 10 minutes. And if I don't keep it plugged in, it's dead. And even the backup little battery that they have for the memory, that's shot. That doesn't do anything. So once it loses power, I have to reset the whole computer again. All right, well, that was a little experiment. I figured I'd try it. It's not working. I got to figure out another. Jesus. I got to figure out another booster. And yeah, my cord came unplugged from the side of the computer. Well, let me get you back in. Otherwise, yeah, I'd be sitting here yapping and would lose everything again. Oh, well, yeah, stubborn. You know, it's hard, Eric, to get back to you now that I read your comment and everything. It is, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks and everything. Not to mention, a lot of us, you know, we have tens of thousands of dollars invested in American Standard tools. I don't want to pay another $60, $70, $80,000 for a complete new metric set. So once I'm dead and gone, and I'm done working on vehicles, which will probably be about 2 or 3 years after I die, then the United States can all go metric, and hey, great. You can throw my tools in a museum. But until then, yeah, I don't want to buy new shit. I think my neighbor heard that because he just started laughing. Anyway, am I still on, guys? Am I still here? I don't know if all that moving around did anything. Let's see. I know this is annoying, but I think I can check myself. No, I guess I can't. Okay, I guess I'm still on then, Philip. You heard what I had to say. All right, cool. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I do have a bunch of metric tools, but I honestly don't. I really don't have as many as I need, even for a lot of these older vehicles. I always end up running out to buy some different size metric tool, or getting a friggin' hammer and turning it into a American Standard. When you get a big enough hammer and a gas torch or a gas wrench, the combination of the two, you can resize some of these metric bolts. But anyway, alrighty. Well, Philip, I hate to say it, buddy, but this was just a quick experiment to see if this thing was going to work out in the shed, and it's not. And I'll be honest with you, like you, I still have some stuff I got to do. So I'm not going to be on here too long, sir. Oh, Eric. Okay, buddy. Yeah, I hear you. Your friend's been working with a lot of American cars. I gotcha. With his tools being matched. Well, back in the 80s, Eric, a lot of these, even the American-made cars, they started going to the metric system with metric bolts. In the 80s, it was a pain in the ass, especially a lot of GMs, because you would have 15 millimeter and a 9/16 sitting right side by side. I mean, you would have, let's say you had 6 bolts holding the water pump on. Well, 4 of them would be 9/16, 2 would be 15 millimeter, vice versa. And the 15 millimeter and the 9/16 are almost the same size. And you can get away with using just the one wrench on both of them if they're not that tight, if they're not too tight. 13 millimeter and a half inch are pretty much the same. Very little difference between the two. 10 millimeter though, 10 millimeter is the bane of every friggin' mechanic, do-it-yourselfer, anyone over here this side of the pond at least. I know this. It might be worldwide, but 10 millimeter, that is a miserable size. It really is. It's right between the 3/8 and the 7/16. Okay, so one, it's very inconvenient. 3/8 is too small to fit on a 10 millimeter. 7/16 is way too big. Even if they're loose, you can't get the damn things to fit. And every time you leave a 10 millimeter unguarded, I swear to God, Doctor Who pops in with the TARDIS and just whisks the thing away. You know, it's very aggravating. Matter of fact, that's why a lot of people joke about it, and you see a lot of these little skits and everything on YouTube and Facebook and everything. If they'll mention a 10 millimeter, and they'll have a drawer full of them. He'll take one out, put it down, turn to get the ratchet, the 10 millimeters gone. He'll open up the drawer again, and all the 10 millimeters are gone. It's just, yeah. All right, so Eric, you know what I'm talking about, the missing phenomenon. Yeah, they disappear in a heartbeat. I know that my American Standard, some of my sockets, my dad got back in the 1930s. And I have 3/8 wrenches, sockets, deep and shallow, combination wrenches, open end wrenches, box end wrenches in 3/8. I have them in 7/16 too. And a lot of these are over 40 or 50 years old. Some are 70 years old. Okay. I think my oldest 10 millimeter is about 6 months old. And I've gone through thousands of those damn things. And they're right. They disappear. Matter of fact, when I was working on the transmission and that little ball bearing came out and it was facing in front of me and I heard it and saw it hit to the left, the reason why it did that is because it bounced off a 10 millimeter, 1/4 inch drive, shallow socket. Okay. I haven't found that ball bearing. That's why I got another valve body. Okay. And I haven't found that goddamn 10 millimeter socket yet either. No kidding. I'm dead serious. I haven't found the damn socket yet either. And yeah, 10 millimeter. Oh, I got you, buddy. And I mean, yeah, we make fun of it, but I don't understand why that 10 millimeter just disappears in a heartbeat, man. It's funny. And like I said, a lot of the other metric sizes, if the if it's not in there too tight, most of the time you can find an American standard. Excuse me. That will work good enough that you can work it out, okay, and get it out there, and then go borrow a metric tool, metric size if you need it, or better yet, uh, if it's a nut and a bolt, you just put ASE American Standard back in there. U.S. Standard, whatever they call it, Imperial. Actually, I think the thread sizes are a little bit different than Imperial. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I don't know. On my own vehicles, a lot of times, uh, just for the simple fact, if I can, and this is for my convenience, I will change out a metric bolt and nut because I know the threads are different also between metric and standard. So if it's just a bolt and it's already threaded into a block or into something, yeah, I won't change it out. But if it's a metric bolt and nut, yeah, I'll go get one of the roughly same size, unless it's 10 millimeter, and replace it just for my convenience. Because a lot of times I don't want to have to. Yeah, I don't want to have to carry a 9/16 and a 15 millimeter when I can change everything over to 9/16. You know, like I said, 13 millimeter and half inch. That's close enough. You really shouldn't have a problem with them. And I have seen a few, believe it or not. And I can't remember what it was on, but it surprised the shit out of me. I have found and run into a few 11 millimeter nuts, and I think that was on the Jeep. Oh, yeah, the Triumphs, a lot of British vehicles, older ones. Um, yeah, and I forgot what it's called. I know what you're talking about, Philip. They're not imperial, they're not standard, they're not metric. And they have a name for them too. And I have a couple of the wrenches, and I can't think of it. It's not manufactured, but it's a oh my god. And I can't think of it, but I know what you're talking about. And there you are. You talk about an odd size, something that will make you pull your hair out. A lot of those old British vehicles. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I can't. Oh God, I know, and it's going to bother me. It's going to bother me, but I can't think of what they were called. But yeah, and I can't. Even if you said it right now, Philip, I'm sorry. Even if it's Worthington or something like that, even if that's correct, I'm not going to sit here and go, "Yep, that's it." Oh, I'm sorry, man, but I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Damn, I hate that. Because actually, the couple of wrenches that I do have, um, yeah, they're in my specialty wrench drawer, separate from the rest of my wrenches. I got a bunch of odd homemade wrenches, homemade sockets. Little homemade tools. If they fit in the drawer, they're up there with them. Because you never know when you might run across something like that. That's really odd. But as far as working on my old Triumph too. And not only the motorcycle, but I had a Triumph GT6 Mark III. I think that's what it was, or no, yeah, GT6 Mark III. It looked like a hardtop hatchback Spitfire. Um, but that thing there, that was also had some weird ass sizes on it, and it came with its own set of wrenches and sockets, its own little tool bag. Thankfully, the owner had kept it. Whitworth. Okay. All right. Well, you were close. Worthington, Whitworth. Yep. Yep. Thank you, Eric. Yep. Philip was close. But yeah, I remember that. I remember, like I said, on my little Triumph car. I loved that little thing. I really did. It was cool. Um, it was a lot of fun too. Had a 2-liter 6-cylinder in it. Uh, two. I don't even know if they were Weber carburetors, but they were side draft carburetors. 2 1-barrel side draft carburetors on it. It was, but that thing was just so much fun. And it actually, for a little 6-cylinder, it sounded mean. It sounded mean, like a little race car. It was cool. And but anyway, yeah, because I remember working on that thing. I had that when I was in the service also, and I remember working on it. And I never called the wrenches or anything by their name. I was just, hand me that British piece of POS so I can POS wrench so I can get this bolt off. But but yeah, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it, buddy. And how you been doing, my friend? How are things going? And I apologize for the time difference because it must be late. I keep forgetting the time difference. You keep telling me, but again, this is what happens when you get old, my friend. Can't keep anything straight anymore. Not only that, but this weekend, the honeydew list. The wife has had me running around crazy. Right now, why I'm back on too, besides the test, is that I've been left alone unsupervised. She's over at a friend's house, a friend of ours that we haven't seen in a while, G, real sweetheart. She showed up for the party last night, and so they decided they were going to get together for a little while today. And my brother-in-law has gone out to play pool. He's in a tournament, and he does pretty good. Oof. But oh, I got you, buddy. 10-hour days for 2 months. Yeah. Well, that's yeah, that'll keep you busy. I've 5 years ago, 5 years ago, I was working. My regular shift was a 14-hour shift, and for a truck driver, that's pretty good because I had a start time and an end time, and then I had another driver that would come in and relieve me. We had a little bit of overlap time, an hour when we started and an hour when our shift ended. Both of us would overlap an hour on each end, and that was nice. That was nice, and that was usually just Monday through Friday because that's 70 hours, and by law, that's all we're allowed to actually work and drive. But before that, for decades, my friend, yeah, actual working 14 hours, 16, 18, 20 hours. That was my life for about over 30 years, and the last 5, I do 9 hours and 15 minutes, roughly, between 9 and 9.5 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Weekends off. They've asked me to work weekends, but I got enough seniority now. I can tell them to go F off. I don't want to do it, and I don't. But yeah, I hear you. 10 hours a day. That 50-hour week. That depending on what you're doing, man, that'll wear you down. It really will. Oh yeah, exactly what I was saying. Yeah. Yep. Hi, hon. I love you. Oh, okay. All right, guys. The wife is home. The honeydew list has started again, so I got to let y'all go. She needs some help. Yeah, she needs me to do physical labor, which after a whole weekend of her making me do all sorts of physical labor and everything, I don't know if I'll survive this. So I'm just, yeah, that's what you say. Uh huh. Yeah. Let me go get the hand cart, the hand dolly, so you can carry me back in the house, okay? Oh, great. All right, cool, man. You got the sway bar installed. I'm gonna assume that that means that there was no leakage on the power steering. But yeah, guys, I honest to God, I got to go help the wife, and I don't know. Maybe I'll come back on. I don't know. It depends how much she beats me for being a smartass. So if I don't see you again tonight, I'll get a hold of you during the week and tell you what room in the hospital to send the flowers to. Other than that, you all have yourselves a good evening. I really do. I gotta get off here and help the missus. So you all take care. And yep, there we go.